This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed.
Saturday on the Love Boat.
The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julia's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man gets very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yes, welcome to Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
Hi, Season Lynn Morales.
I am your host, Rob, and co-host
Charlotte Jones.
And we are also here with the gentleman we like to call Producer Caleb. Welcome.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Yeah, been quite alone. I just control the spiders. I just eat them. That's kind of my main source of food.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We went there.
We just learned something I don't think we wanted to know.
Well, now it's out there.
No. Well, what Producer Caleb does for us is goes through every episode of The Love Boat. We're in season 1 right now. And what episode are we doing tonight?
Episode 12.
Okay.
It's episode 12, season 1 of The Love Boat. I believe we're in 1978, and we look at every episode of The Love Boat, and we're going right to the last episode. It was like an 8-year run or something like that.
Dude, I think there's like 25 seasons.
Oh, I know. Then they kind of reinvented it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Julie left. She had some problems personally, and they brought in the captain's daughter.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That seems like nepotism a little bit.
Daughter. It was like
forgotten daughter. Like a soap opera.
Yes. So, Charlotte, what do we do here?
That's a really loaded question, Rob. I show up here once a week and have fun. I feel like that we're watching The Love Boat through generations that haven't seen it and picking it apart and finding out what we're appalled at that they got away with.
Exactly right, because the morals back in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, and they were different than they are now in this more, for better or worse, woke society. So what we do is we look through the lens of modern times and we look backwards at every episode of The Love Boat. And Producer Caleb over there, he plucks out usually half a dozen clips, something along those lines, of things that we might call morally reprehensible, sexual harassment.
Or just fucked up.
Illegal.
In general.
Illegal, all the isms, racism, sexism, everything. But I also sometimes pick out stuff that's legally questionable. It's not morally wrong, but it's probably most definitely against the law.
But they are in international waters.
They are.
So is anything really against the law?
No. And for us...
I just want to make that blanket. That's a fact.
It's a very much.
I think
it's 3 miles. I think 3 miles offshore, you are lawless.
Lawless.
And not Lucy, lawless.
Sounds like where I'm spending my retirement. I'm getting a boat 3 miles off the coast.
I like that. You can
Sounds
gamble
like a plan.
and whatever.
Just everything.
Cat around. Okay, so anyway, here we go. I'm looking at the first frame of what we're about to queue up. I don't know what's happening. It looks wrong.
All of it looks wrong.
For our listeners, what we see is there's a larger, older gentleman, and he has maybe both arms, maybe just one arm around this tiny little, probably prepubescent girl. I think we should just dive into it and see.
Let's do it. Let's go for it.
It's wrong.
What's going on?
Here it is.
I'm going to have you hauled in for trespassing.
No, please.
Leave those alone.
My name is Nancy Brown.
And I am John Doe.
We're watching a very large
real
old
name?
man.
What are you doing
In a
on
very
this ship?
I'm traveling. Are you going to
Small,
make something out of
waifish,
it?
childlike
You
woman.
are a runaway, aren't you? Aren't you?
Things were getting heavy at home.
Okay, see, again, security. If they had security, they wouldn't have runaways like busting up on ships.
Right.
And then having to hide out in dirty old men's rooms.
And what we're seeing here is truly the epitome of a dirty old man. He's a very large dude.
He's
looks
dirty.
about 6'5". He looks dirty. He's gray haired.
Yeah.
He's dripping in something.
An old manness.
An old
An old
manness.
man. Old men always have that kind of they just drip some
it's that
odd.
thing.
A lot of times
wet.
it's urine, really.
Oh, gross.
But we're seeing this dude kind of corner this little, like, she looks like she's 4'10". We're watching him corner this woman who's probably 18, maybe 15. I'm not sure, but he's chasing her around a road.
See, Rob, you thinking she's 18 is what gets guys in trouble. She is probably 15. Probably.
Caleb, you're a young man. How
I
old
am a
is
young
she?
man.
What are you thinking?
I will not disclose how old she is because it's one of the clips.
Oh, Jesus.
Spoiler alert. Okay, well, with that said, we're just going to jump into the next clip and see what this is about.
No, but suppose someone did sneak aboard as a stowaway. What would the ship's policy be?
Well, so they'd be placed ashore at the first port, unless, of course, they're willing to pay their passage.
But why are we supposing, sir, no one sneaks aboard this ship without my knowledge? I have my eyes peeled at all times, warily scanning the area for interlopers, forcibly if necessary.
Just a minute, officer. The truth is she's my granddaughter.
Your granddaughter?
Yes, she
That is
didn't
a-
notice the ship had
that
left
is a
port.
lie.
I'll gladly pay
You
for
can see
her
it in his
passage.
eyes.
How about a cabin?
Well, sir, that could be a problem. You see, we're all sold out. There isn't another cabin on the entire ship.
What about
We got a
Doc's
spare lifeboat?
No.
office?
We got room in the swimming pool, the shallow end? How about the deeper end? She's a good swimmer.
Sir, if she's your granddaughter, why doesn't she share your cabin?
Well, why didn't I say that before? Because the idea stinks.
That idea stinks, Julie.
It was your idea, Cooper.
Not his granddaughter.
No.
No.
Random chick who's
Right.
probably 15 is going to now stay in the room with an old dude.
Random stowaway who's very, very young, is now going to be bunkmates with this very much older gentleman.
All the issues. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I really don't even know where to start.
I don't think we
feel
can
like-
start
I
because
feel like-
it's self-explanatory. Like, what's wrong with it? It's cut and dry.
Well, it's kind of tit for tat. We saw the young boys with the priest in one of our last episodes.
And we just heard that stupid dude be like, no one gets on the ship without my knowledge. Really? We've seen that happen since episode 1.
Every single episode, there's
Since
a stowaway.
episode 1.
God, isn't that true? Also, if you notice the way the old man handled this, he was like, why don't we put her in the pool? He was just waiting for them to say, why doesn't she just stay with you? And then he was like, bingo, done deal. And that was weird. It's like he arranged it that way. These child molesters frequently do that.
Typical
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oy, bae.
I guess let's just roll, guys. I'm sorry.
Come on, let's get to bed. It's getting late. And if you snore, I'll stuff you out the porthole.
No, snore.
Get to
She's
bed.
giggling.
Thankfully, they're in separate beds. They're
Thanks.
For what?
Well, if it weren't for you, I'd probably be sleeping in the boiler room tonight.
Oh my God. Dude, she's like 13. Like, there's no, they like put up a little, like a little like Parent Trap style, like little like camping tent and then threw a sheet over it. And she's like looking at him longfully, like, if it weren't for you,
And she's giggling.
you're my savior. Oh my God, please save me. Blech.
Wow. It's as we joke here, it's truly creepy if you're not watching the video. To
It's
see
truly
the
creepy.
visual. It's everything you imagine it to be and actually worse.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if I'm going to spoil this.
You are going to if you say another word. What are you going to say?
Well, this makes it a lot worse. She is an orphan.
Oh, me.
Of course she is.
Of course she is.
She the clips that I didn't put in, when she said that she's a stowaway, it's because she ran away from her foster parents because she doesn't like them.
Oh, I feel an adoption situation happening. Okay, next clip. I feel this is happening.
I think so.
I'm going to steal your children. Okay. All right.
Let's find out.
Little girl.
They're doing yoga.
If I crossed my legs like that, I'd have to pry them apart with a crowbar.
I don't be so stubborn. Come on, give it a try. What have you got to lose?
My circulation.
You're getting it.
She's pulling
My
his
blood's going places it hasn't
leg.
been in for 60 years.
Thank you. Now, the chant. Oh.
She's obviously from California.
Now you try.
Om on the rain, where the deer and the antelope play, where sound of is heard, a discouraging word, and the skies are not glassy all day.
They fall
fall over
backwards,
and-
laughing and touching each other. Oh my God. All right, let me set up what we just saw. They're on the pool deck. You could hear they're doing yoga. He's folding his legs Indian style. She's helping him.
Okay,
get
wait,
into
he
that.
did not get there, though. He got like one little dainty leg up.
He didn't get there, but she helped him. She pulled on him
Yeah,
to get him
she
into that
did.
position.
Okay,
and then
I'm
they
saying.
had all this dialogue, and then they fell over laughing and touching each other.
Yes, I'm
Fell over
just
laughing and
don't
just
even. I saw that happen in so many
tickling.
LA yoga studios that I'm really not all that phased.
Well, another thing, I want to quote the older man. He said, there is blood going to places I haven't felt in 60 years.
Did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Right as she pulled his leg
If
up.
a dude tells you blood is flowing anywhere, you need to know what that means, chickadees.
Oh my gosh.
Because I only mean one thing when they say blood's flowing.
I had no idea that was happening, guys.
I mean, does y'all's blood not flow normally?
It does, but I missed this. Let me just see this one more.
If I crossed my legs like that, I'd have to pry them apart with a crowbar.
I don't be so stubborn. Come on, give it a try. What have you got to lose?
My circulation.
You're getting it. There we go.
My blood's going places it hasn't been in for 60 years.
Oh my God, that was after she moved his foot right around his dick.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. It is. This whole episode, I was literally wanting to rip my skin off because of just how uncomfortable I felt.
I mean, I'm a little uncomfortable, and I don't really get uncomfortable, but I mean, that kind of made me a little bit.
I had missed that part.
I had missed that part too. I'm glad Caleb brought it up.
Now we saw it twice. Heard it
Okay,
twice.
now I've heard it twice, and now I need to go take a shower.
Yeah. Remove my eyes and wash them.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, gross. Please don't talk about eyeballs. I have such an eyeball thing, you guys. If anybody's eyeball comes out in a scary movie, I have to turn it off. No, I was literally watching Jeremy Renner's interview with Diane Sawyer, and as soon as he said, "Oh, my eye came out," I was like, done. We are ending the interview.
Yes. Accident when
Yeah, I mean, it's still
the
in
snow
there now,
accident?
but it popped out for us. You
wow.
die. I cannot handle an eyeball situation. I can't. Hostel ruined it for me when he's in there. He's with the eyeball. It's done. We're not watching this movie anymore.
Yeah, for me it was when they clipped the tendon of the foot.
Dude, no, let's stop.
Let's move on. Let's go
Let's
next
go
clip.
on. We're
Next
Love
clip.
Boat.
There's people jogging on the deck.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I couldn't be better.
Julie has her arms wrapped around a man.
Does she know it?
Yeah, there's always something. Listen, I'm on a break right now, and I've got some great snapshots of the old gang down in my cabin. Come on, let's go take a look, okay?
Oh, I don't know. It's a shame to waste this weather in a stuffy old cabin.
Well, that was Anson Williams. That was Potsie from Happy Days, and our Julie.
I'll provide context to that. So I don't know if I have any more clips of this storyline, but basically that man is Julie's brother's best friend, older brother's best friend. And
Julie always has someone busting up on that ship to visit her, to throw a king in her day.
Yeah, and she just tries every single scene to sleep with him, and every single time he comes up with some excuse, or he's just so oblivious to it. He's just oh, no, I don't want to go into your cabin on such a beautiful day. Let's enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the nice brisk air.
He's just not that into you.
Okay, two things.
Because, dude, a guy, if he was into, would have gone back to the cabin in
Absolutely.
a second.
And that's my number two. My number one is a statement. Julie is perpetually horny. All good.
Yeah.
And the gentleman is either very morally centered or gay. Right. Caleb?
Guess I'll reveal all storylines
Or
at the end of the show. Well, married hasn't stopped her before.
No, it hasn't. You're right.
Married hasn't stopped anyone before.
Julie's
in this
a little
show.
minx out there in the world. Cruise director.
She is.
Yes.
All right, guys, next clip.
Tomorrow will be in Acapulco. And you will see Randy, a consort
and
prince
girl,
of acting.
little girl.
He doesn't have acne. He's almost 19.
You're almost 16.
He's jealous as sin.
I almost called it. I said she was 14. She's almost 16. She's 15 effing years old.
Yeah, so what we just saw was the old man talking to the younger girl, and she was telling him that she has a man who she's madly in love with on one of the stops on this cruise. Right. And she's going to stay with him and be with him forever. But he's 19. She's 15.
No one knows anything when they're 15 or 19.
You can kind of do the math on that.
My thought here, too, is the old man's jealous, obviously. He's like, I ain't going to give her up to a 19-year-old. I don't know. Is there a murder? I don't even murder, suicide. I'm not even sure what's going to happen next.
Oh, my God. We went full on Dateline.
We almost did on that Christmas episode.
We almost did in that Christmas episode. You're full on right about that.
Okay, well, I see the next clip, the first frame of it anyway, and it's a man in a silly suit, which was probably popular in the 70s.
Probably.
And he is Tom Poston from Newhart Show, and the gentleman that's trying
Linda
to...
Newhart just died today.
Who did?
Bob Newhart's wife.
Oh, I didn't even... Okay.
Well, from the Newhart Show, you just brought that up.
Newhart.
I just thought I'd bring in some popular cultural
It's always
reference.
horrible. You always have horrible news for us. Sure.
Oh, wow.
You're just the bringer of bad news.
So you know what? Bring it then.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
Also, the gentleman that's trying to ditch Julie's love connection is Anson Williams from Happy Days, Potsie. And here we go.
Yeah. Well, hey, hi, good looking. I was just leaving. Go for it.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
Julie's coming with a
Forgot your jacket.
suit jacket very seductively.
Is she drunk?
Well,
No.
Oh, worse.
It's Anson Williams, and Julie's taking her clothes off.
Yep.
She's doing striptease. Oh, boy. She's coming after him. And scene, as I say.
Wow.
Yeah, that was...
Very,
Are you sure she's not drunk?
yes.
That makes it almost even worse. I don't know if I've ever done a striptease for anybody not being drunk.
It helps.
It definitely 100% helps.
I'll give you guys the context to that.
Uh-oh.
At dinner, there's a dance going on, the music's on. Julie goes, hey, friend, would you like to dance? He goes, I'd rather not. But are you cold? Julie goes, yeah, I'm a little cold. Here, have my jacket. I'm going to go back to my cabin now. Bye, Julie. And then I think Doc comes or Gopher comes and she's like, why doesn't he want to sleep with me? I think it was Doc. It's probably Doc.
Probably Doc. That
And-
sounds like a Doc question.
Right.
And Doc goes, just seduce him. Just go full Adam. And so that's what
That's what we just saw. She went full Adam.
She went full
100%.
Well, it looked like she was being possessed by Doc, and that's in some sense what we watched. I've gotten no Doc fill in this episode. No quota of Doc has
Doc's
been
been
met.
very chill the past couple episodes.
They probably got a notice from SAG that said, watch your f***ing asses.
But he couldn't, so now, much like a demon possessing, like Chucky,
Right.
Yeah.
Doc is possessing Julie.
Yes,
He's
yes.
stripping her clothes off,
Yep.
and I'll leave it at that. And
Dr. Feelgood.
we're looking at Champagne on Ice, the old man.
He's dressed very fancy.
He's waiting for his child
Oh,
bride.
good evening, Mr. Bootherston. How was Acapulco?
Nice, Julie, if you like quaint little Mexican souvenirs made in quaint little Japan.
Hey, candles, flowers, bottle on ice. You got a heavy day?
My granddaughter. And from the way she eats, I think she would never be heavy. One of her ancestors must have been a rabbit.
Where is Nancy?
She'll be aboard soon. She's saying goodbye to a young man.
Well, you have a terrific dinner, and don't let all that champagne go to your head.
Not for me. Nancy's only 16. According to her taste, I had the steward make up a magnum of carrot juice. Thank you.
One I'm confused is how in the days between social media, that 16-year-old found a dude in Acapulco. Like, what was she doing? Like, how do you do that?
No internet, no email.
Nothing, no cell phones, no
And
internet, no
she's
nothing.
also an orphan.
I mean, I don't think she was traveling like...
No. Well, that wasn't explained. That is not explained.
It's not ever
She
explained.
just-
But I do not like the fact that he has like this whole romantic candlelit dinner with champagne and stuff, like ready for his granddaughter. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit too... I don't know.
Granddaughter in quotation marks.
It's not even his granddaughter.
No. But another thing that kind of... You guys could probably help me on this, but the champagne wasn't just for him. He has a 15-year-old granddaughter who I am assuming is going to also drink this champagne. So he's getting a underage girl.
Oh, my grandma did that all the time with a hot toddy. She was like, go to bed. She was like, stop. I mean, come on now. I mean, that part doesn't bother me. The fact that it's not really his child bothers me.
It's the whole setting of him looking like he's
thing.
at a date.
Yeah.
A very romantic date.
I mean, he has on a tuxedo, bro.
It's weird. Tonight was the night for him.
Tonight was the night for him.
He
Not
was
for her.
going
She's
to-
hanging out with her 19-year-old hot Mexican
hoping
dude.
to-
Oh, Rob, you're going to make you literally throw up.
I mean, this is what we're looking at.
I know, that's what we're looking
prelude
at.
to
I
it.
know.
It's probably something Shakespearean in all this.
I'm sure there is.
All right, well, on that note, let's just roll this.
Oh, that's it.
That's
Got
right.
his arm around the girl.
But Randy and I got hung up in this long conversation. Before we knew it, the ship was gone. He drove all night to catch up with the ship.
That's real nice, Eddie.
He's a nice guy. Oh, and he agrees with you. We should wait to get married.
He's also a bright guy.
I'm gonna go and finish school. Even if it does mean staying with those people in Santa Monica.
This just keeps going.
Wait a minute.
People in Santa Monica.
She's an orphan in Santa Monica. I literally take back everything I ever said. She is fine. She is 100% fine.
Or she's being passed around.
Dude, she fled the house and ran onto a boat as a stowaway.
But why did she flee the house?
She didn't like her foster parents.
She just didn't like them.
Why didn't she like them?
She said that they treated her like a baby and they didn't let her grow up.
Because she is a baby.
Okay.
She's 15 years
15.
old.
Okay.
She is a child.
It is straight up like that line from The Little Mermaid where she's like, I'm 16, father. Why didn't you let me grow up and go out and explore the world?
Lord have mercy.
Honestly, after watching the scene, I'm just suspicious of everyone
I'm
around
suspicious
her.
of everything.
Well, is there another clip in the show? Oh my gosh, there is. Here we go.
Arnold!
Julie.
Vincent!
This is the...
I know you're hiding in here. I can smell paint.
Hello, Julie.
Mr. Miyagi.
What's new?
Wax on, wax off.
The captain's in his quarters, so please get off the ship now before he sees you, or I'll be off with you.
Oh, we're very sorry for all the mishaps, Miss McCoy, and thank you for everything. Yeah. Arnold, what do we do now?
What would you say to a skiing vacation in Vale? We could be ski instructors.
We can't ski.
Well, we can't paint either, but we did con them out of a free cruise, didn't we? Hey, sir, we'll go skiing.
One, I have no doubt that Mr. Miyagi can literally do anything. He literally caught a fly with a pair of chopsticks. This motherfucker can ski. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know him as Mr. Miyagi, of course, but also as Arnold from Happy Days, the early days of Happy Days. And he had Arnold's where everybody hung out. And it's always good to see Arnold or Mr. Miyagi show up in a scene. It appears he has a male partner in this scene. And they travel together doing scams.
Yeah, I love it.
So
But having fun.
Early in the beginning of the episode, the captain's like, hey, I want to paint my cabin a different color. And then I think Gopher's like, well, I hired these like expert painters. They're going to paint your cabin. It's going to be pristine. It's going to be amazing. And then Mr. Miyagi and this other gentleman was like, hey, we're going to paint your cabin this color. They screw up. The captain gets pissed. They screw up again. The captain's like, all right, get off my boat before I basically throw you overboard. So they go hiding. And that's the scene that we just saw where it turns out they're not painters. They're scam artists.
I love that even more that Mr. Miyagi's a scam artist.
Finally.
It threw me off when I was watching this episode because watching The Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi doesn't really speak, let alone in an American accent.
Oh, he speaks. Wax on, wax off, Daniel's son.
But it's hearing this version of him, it was kind of like my ears didn't register that this was Mr. Miyagi, but it is, yeah.
And in all fairness, the other gentleman that was with him, sort of a character comedian from the 70s named Artie Johnson, who I just remember from, even though it was before my time.
You literally remember everything.
He's from Laugh-In.
Okay.
As was Goldie Hawn.
Yes.
And many other people. But Artie Johnson, who I don't remember seeing much after these episodes of The Love Boat. But Pat Morita, long. Why did it go? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, but it was a nice sound effect. Boom.
Yeah.
There you
Roll
go.
off the tongue. There we go.
Pat Morita.
Boom.
Honestly, he's like infinite.
Yeah.
Truly.
For real.
We have one more scene, it appears, and here it is. Exiting the boat.
I gotta go.
Oh, look, there's a
The
seagull.
old man's holding the little
I
girl's
feel
hand.
lousy enough as it is. Please let me go.
You know, you hardly ever see a seagull in McKeesport, Pennsylvania.
What's going on? I mean, it's tough enough to stand here without blubbering like some 16-year-old without you stalling.
Who's stalling?
Hi, Nancy. Miss Westcott.
Put this in Franklin B.
Oh, it's nice to finally meet you after talking so many times. You two been talking?
I've been trying to find out from your social worker, since you don't like that family you're staying with, if you'd like to try me out.
I mean, you want to be my foster parent?
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Of course, we'd have to put Mr. Botherstone through a rigorous screening, but there's a possibility.
Rigorous screening. Get the out of here. They literally give anybody a foster
She
kid.
needs me if only to enlarge her vocabulary.
And you only need her to enlarge it.
Change. That's okay with me. He's worth waiting for.
And so is she.
Hey, this is far out. I mean, I'll take care of you. I can cook for you, too.
But if you serve me a zucchini covered with bean sprouts, the deal is off.
Oh, no, I won't do that.
I would like to point out that whole scene, the old man and the girl were holding hands, not just like clasped, but fingers were interlocked. That whole like 3-minute clip.
I feel like we need like an update on where is she now. Like I want to know like what happened to this story.
I don't know. And there's this old woman, social worker, who I question if she's really a social worker.
No, she looks way too stylish.
She is. I believe she is because the old man said, "Hey, go for it. I'd like to make an international call while we're on boat."
That's part of his scam. Yeah. But either way, she's just handing
Either
the
way,
little
she's
girl
going to go
over.
home and cook for the old man. She said, I'll cook for you. He's
I'll
like,
take
great.
care of
I'll take
you."
great.
Caleb, you set this whole thing up.
This whole thing in motion, Caleb. You did all of it.
It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
That was wonderful. That was a great one.
Wow.
Yeah. I still feel dirty. I feel even more dirty now.
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
We're taking showers tonight.
Yeah. Before the next episode,
Yeah.
we will be very clean.
Very fresh and so clean.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. Thank you, producer Caleb.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back next week for another episode.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend, guys. See you around.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms. And connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.